XFM News. On
XFM News, I'm Lynn Komjisha. Machindi Chief Magistrate's Court has declined to issue an order to release city lawyer Ambrose Teviasa, who is representing businessman Dodovico Mwanje in the St. Peter's Church demolition case. The court has been informed that Dodo's right to a fair hearing is in jeopardy, as he's not fully represented in the case before court, following the arrest of his lawyer Teviasa on Saturday by plainclothes policemen from the State House Anti-Corruption Unit headed by Lieutenant Colonel Idis Nakalema on charges related to the case before court. Counsel Kenneth Sewabi has asked Magistrate Prosy Katshabe to issue an order that Teviase be unconditionally released, taken to court for formal charging if he committed an offence which the magistrate has denied. Magistrate Katshabe has ruled that Counsel Teviasa's issue can be handled administratively since he's not an accused or a witness. Meanwhile, court has adjourned to October 13th for mention of the church demolition case to enable prosecution finalize collecting evidence against dismissing it as requested by defense lawyers. Police has warned of serious consequences to members of the public that have continued to beat up officers on duty. Police warning follows an incident where two private guards to Honorable Robert Chag and his bodyguard allegedly beat up two police officers who were manning the court premises at Tweed Towers. Police spokesperson Fred Enanga said attacks on the police officers on duty is illegal and the public should desist from it since they can lead to injuries on innocent people.
So we want to remind the public, including gangs and other members of the public, that there will always be consequences for people who have no regard for the law. To see people attack officers on lawful duty is absolutely unacceptable. At one point, those who followed the footages, you could see a police officer grabbed at the collar. Another one was pinned against the wall. And these are officers who were armed. So they exhibited too much restraint. It was very painful. Getting to see a police officer pinned on the wall is really very painful.
Contenders vying for different electoral position in Mukono district have pleaded with the Electoral Commission (SC) to extend nomination days, saying the stipulated time will not allow candidates to get nominated due to the slow nomination exercise. Reverend Peter Bakaluwa Mukasa, vying for the local Council 5 seat, says weekends should be included in the nomination exercise to deal with the numbers. The returning officer Mukono district, Moganzi Mark Mayanja, has pledged total commitment of the Commission employees to serve every candidate and assured them of a speedy process. Now, government has embarked on training small-scale miners in various disciplines to enhance the mining industry. This follows an agreement signed between the Artisanal Small-Scale Miners Association and Busitama University, which is going to train these miners in new skills and knowledge to produce quality products. The chairman of the Small-Scale Miners Association, Butcher John Bosco, stated this new initiative with Busitama University will help them promote the sector through sourcing for funds and resources from the government and partners.
It would have, of course, we have to procure some training equipments, training materials, and also pay the trainers, and also facilitate the training process. And that's a lot of money. There's a lot of money that is required. But we can get that money if we are organized, and that partnership can make us attract funding from other development partners.
The Vice Chancellor of Busitama University, Professor Paul Wackel, promised to offer support to the miners through training them to improve the standard of this sector.
We hope that by the end of the day, we shall have a memorandum of understanding between Busitama University and the Uganda Association of Artisanal and Smaller Scale Miners. I want to thank the Association of Artisanal Miners for accepting to team with the Busitama University so that we together work and build capacity in the mining sector.
In other news, this evening, hashtag Nigerians must go has been the top trending hashtag on Twitter in South Africa in the latest sign of growing xenophobia against foreigners in the country. This comes just days after a small protest was held outside the Nigerian High Commission in the capital, Pretoria, and the hashtag put South Africans first. The latest hashtag has been partly fueled by a report in local media that a police raid led to 5 Nigerians being arrested and charged with human trafficking after 11 women were found to be working as sex workers at brothels disguised as a bed and breakfast. Last week, Digital Forensic Research Lab, which is made up of forensic researchers who track conflict, said it had identified a dismissed Lance Corporal in the South African National Defence Force as running a fake Twitter account used to fuel xenophobia. The former soldier has not commented. South Africans accuse immigrants of taking the jobs of locals and of being involved in crime. Others say that most immigrants are law-abiding and should not be blamed for South Africa's economic and social problems. During last week's protest, Nigeria's High Commissioner Bala Kabiru said, I quote, "We do not accept the profiling of Nigerians in South Africa." That was the news.
XFM News on point.